Alright, we got some more comics to review. Probably still got 2 more episodes on this stack. But we will give it a shot. See what we get through. I'll plug in my microphone would help to get it to work. Fans going in the central areas running in the background. So hopefully I can mask it with the microphone. We'll see what happens. Starting out with Geiger #2. Still loving this. Love everything about it. Everything that's related to it. We have our strange nuclear knight character. That's basically says he can help Geiger with some type of someone's been healed or whatever, and he's gonna help him with it. And while they're doing that, we have basically a couple factions that are chasing after Geiger, and our knight character keeps getting in the way. This issue is called The Hunted and the Hunted. They're the hunter and the hunted. Starts out with them trying to get some food and something they had to do. That kind of relates back to their history and shows what type of people they are. And our characters end up having someone that happens to be chasing after them. We have this masked raider that's been attacking towns, and they're asked to take care of this character in order to get some stuff that they're looking for. And while they're dealing with the character on a train, our knight character keeps following along and basically having a bunch of problems. Geiger has to keep saving his butt, and it's like Geiger's better off being alone. I wish this knight character wouldn't even be with him, but we got to get to where he's trying to get him to. Since this knight character worked with the people that started all this, everything that happened with the bombs falling and all that stuff with the unnamed, but got this awesome centerpiece, centerfold picture I like that they did at the battle on the train. But yeah, it's going to lead us into a very interesting uh, another crossover type thing that's going to be happening, I believe, in the next issue. I don't want to give it away, but we'll see. With the whole Ghost Machine world, it's been a lot of fun. I love where Rook and Redcoat have been going, so I'm looking forward to them crossing over with Geiger in the future also, but this is someone else that's going to be crossing over next, hopefully. We got Gunslinger Spawn #31. I did pull off it as of the June order catalog. I don't know, Carlo Barberi, or however you say it. Uh, his artwork, I was okay with it last issue. I mean, there is some nice scenes and imagery through here, but then you have the moments that just kind of throw you off. Uh, we have had a good image of it earlier, but we do still have our cleaning lady traveling with Gunslinger Spawn, taking him where he needs to go. And at the moment, he's finally back looking for the boy. That I was wondering what was going to happen with that, if we were just going to not see any more of that, or what was happening in the future with that. But things that throw me off are like this image of Spawn's face, just those rounded eyes. It just, I don't know, makes the character too cartoonish to me. Doesn't have that deep, dark, wrought iron gunslinger type look anymore. And he's got to have that attitude eyes when they have his when they do that front image. But and then when he gets into his, I can't really give that away because that's the final page of this issue. But when he's not spawned up, oh, this will work, I guess. I don't know. It's not into that character as much anymore. I just not clicking with him, I guess. It's just me. Still a decent story. I just, I don't know, I'm expecting more after 30 some issues and then changing the whole creative staff. It's like it's fine to change the creative staff, but then start a whole issue number one and go on. I don't like when they change the creative staff halfway through the run or whatever. I don't even know how long the run's going to go on for. We have Happy Astronaut number 5. This is the final issue of this run. We see some stuff in the end. I'm curious if it's going to cross our paths again later on in the future, but we have our little star planet and our wrestling character just trying to decide what they're going to do. They're going to destroy the planet, or if they're going to work with the planet, the star creatures and stuff, and keep the planet alive. That's going to be all up to them because we have our characters that are all going on their own little path. And our poop character, he's got control of our little gassy character. Those two make for a perfect team up. They should go off to work together. But yeah, we see to see what happens with the results of everything that they've been dealing with, and whether or not they're gonna destroy the star planet or keep the star planet, and where they're gonna go next. Everybody's off on their own little adventures now. It could easily turn into a couple different storylines that we could see in the future with different characters. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see where Happy goes next. Um, kind of hoping we get to see Happy going back to him exploring and let these other characters do their thing for a while. But yeah, it is definitely interesting, enjoyable, lots of fun characters. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, our poop and gassy character have a nice, interesting little uh, get together in this issue. But we will see where it goes next. Happy and Half. I don't know if they're going to stick it out together. They keep going back and forth, having their little quandaries. But hopefully they'll stay exploring and hopefully find some fun, interesting things along the way. We got I Hate Fairyland, or Buck Fairyland, number 14. This one takes us back to some history of Gert when she destroyed Larry's cousin's realm, world, part of the world. But basically, Gert was there and she gremlined out, and a bunch of little Gerts came out of her, and they went and destroyed the whole town and everything around it, everybody in it. And this whole storyline takes a fun little parody off of Gremlins and goes that route. But we get to see what's left from the Gerts that attacked that village, and Larry's cousin is coming to possibly go to work with Larry at his little business, and I'm guessing Larry basically wants his cousin to take over for him, and that's his plan, but not really sure in the long run. But it's a, it's a fun play on the whole Gremlins type storyline. Uh, this one, I picked up an issue of this that had a girl with the vampire looking at a dollhouse, and creator Matt Fife, decided to turn it into a story. And it was a fun story that we got to check out from. I had it next to me, but then I moved it the other day, so of course now it's in the other room. But I ended up finding another Madhouse Comics that also has a vampire on it. On the cover again, a vampire that's fishing. Uh, I wonder if they're biting. The old man says to his son, and then the vampire jumps up. In Transylvania, they're always biting. But yeah, that's again, this story was not in the book. This one had some real fun stories in it. We had the magician, where this magician character wants to help the cops, and every time he tries to help the cops, he just basically causes more problems. In the long run, it's definitely got that Archie Comics feel. And you got some nice little Mad magazine style sports puns. Uh, we had this Archie Double Trouble Twinkies advertisement, but I read it, of course, thinking it was a short story, and then of course I didn't look and see the Twinkies at the end, but it's a fun story, so it doesn't matter. I've read it before. Uh, we got It Always Happens, which shows things that are going wrong for some people. Uh, I did this back in the day, where you got a pen pal. I can't remember. My pen pal was overseas. I want to say I got someone from Germany. I can't remember. I was only like 6 years old. But I know we wrote back and forth at least half a dozen times. I wish I could come across the box with all my old stuff in it and find it, but no luck. Here's that 7 foot tall monster ghost you could pick up. I think that's what they used it in the Brady Bunch show that time when they had the ghost hooked up on the line. I think it was something like that. But we got Captain Sprocket in Past Enthusiast. It's like he's a superhero that's all trying to help everybody out, but everybody's like, we don't need no help anymore. Superheroes are of no use to us anymore. And then he comes across and meets a robotic superhero that works for the cops that can do everything he can do, but better and quicker and faster. This thing, my brother picked this up, the leather belt making kit. We still got that upstairs. Made a couple belts out of it, a couple wallets, I know. And then we got tons of like circular leather disc things that we did a bunch of practice punctures on and stuff that you could put in a photo frame or whatever. And those poor sea monkeys that you could pick up, which are basically brine shrimp that came to life once you added water to them. Uh, you got some really fun monster advertisements in here that they play on. I love the is faulty vision embarrassing you? It's like King Kong thinking that the Statue of Liberty is a real woman. And it's just those are some fun little goofy things. We get a Jungle Land where we learn about a jungle zoo type amusement park that's all robotics. Uh, and we find out some interesting things that are also robotic. Oh yeah, their wish came through. It's like things that people were wishing for and what the outcomes were of those. It's like all these fun things you used to be able to get. 100 little dolls, all for $2. And it's like the hypnotic glasses, the X-ray vision glasses, the potato gun. Potato gun is probably the best. Venus flytraps. I know I tried those and didn't have much luck with them. Uh, got a little Deer on Labby segment in the back. We got some things to order comics cheap. These we picked up. I used to have my jean jacket vest, and I picked up some of these patches and got them sewn on to my vest. I got a garage sale where a normal couple's trying to do a garage sale, and nobody's coming to their garage sale, but there's a monster family that lives next door, and they got everybody's coming from there with stuff. And then we find out why what they're doing to get them to buy things. But yeah, that was fun, and a little Madhouse Science Department story in the back, which that one was goofy. I didn't quite get it. I had to read it 4 or 5 times, and then it finally clicked. So you can get yourself a high school diploma out of the back of a comic book. But yeah, this was awesome. So I am obviously going to start collecting Madhouse Comics wherever I go. And the other one I got for I think $1. This one I ended up buying for $8 at the last Comic Con I went to. But I was happy doing it because this guy gave me a deal on some comic packs that I bought from him earlier. And it's like, yeah, I gotta have that in my collection. I want to find out if every Madhouse comic has the vampire on the cover or what, but we'll see. All right. Speaking about some fun comics, we got Nexus, #1, #2, #3. These are the newspaper strips of Nexus. This is volume 2. I don't think I have volume 1, but this is Battle for Thune World, and really enjoyable. Brought back some memory. I never read all these or anything like that. But I did read a few back in the day. I remember seeing them. I wish I would have got on them on a regular run because these were like remind me a lot of like the Flash Gordon's uh, Sunday comics segments and stuff like that. But we get this basically every page is what used to be a full uh, newspaper strip, and it's just you get to see Nexus, Adam World, helping out this world, this Thune World environment. This guy's a little gorilla buddy with him that helps him with the battles and stuff, and he's just trying to keep the world in check, make sure all the baddies don't do anything wrong, and it's just really enjoyable how they laid this out. And it's just so much content each week. You would have got wherever you found this. I just don't remember. Don't remember this being in a newspaper. That's why I don't know if I read it. I might have just picked up a couple oddball Nexus items, but I'm not sure what newspaper it would have been in because it's like Milwaukee Journal, Milwaukee Sentinel. Those were two that I read all the Sunday comics in, and it's like one would have the Amazing Spider-Man story, one would have a Superman story that was ongoing. One would have Flash Gordon. It's like Prince Valiant, I think, had an ongoing for a while there in one of them, but yeah. Don't know where I seen these, but I remember some of this stuff. But yeah, this was enjoyable. I mean, and then in the back you got all kinds of enjoyable stuff that connects you to the whole history and stuff. You get some Bill West informative things in here. You get the out there comics, which that storyline has. It's interesting seeing how you got all this coffee with coffee, Koffe, and the dude. Uh, Sokovia and the dude or something like that. The guy is constantly having something, thinks he's doing something or going to be doing something, and ends up being something completely different than what he's thinking. And it's just, yeah, it's an interesting comic, but they give you a little one pager like in the back of each one of these. Yeah, like information on what makes a good cover. Uh, little write-in segments, art segments, and stuff like that in the back of them. Yeah, they're all pretty much laid out the same with that one-page comic, and then all the little oddball write-ups and stuff from the fans. Yeah, there's more examples of that comic. And then here's some nice little art pages and stuff, and model sheets, just all kinds of interesting stuff they did with these. I really like how they compacted them in. It's going to be 5 issues total, but first 3, lots of fun. I really enjoy this Nexus character. From what I've read, I have some Nexus comics from the 90s. I think it was just like 3 to 5 issues. I read those and really got into the character, and then I seen this and had to pick it up. But Battle for Thune World. Recovering from near death, Nexus' longtime friend begins to recount the tragedy that has brought him to Lum. It's now up to he and Nexus to return to his home planet and on a rescue mission to confront the inhuman monster that launched this tragic ordeal. But yeah, his little sidekick character, he goes through some major shit in here. But it was a lot of fun. So check that out if you get the chance. And this is done by Steve Rude as the artist. Mike Barron's the writer in here. Yeah, Mike Barron. I should have known that without even looking at that. But yeah, lots of fun. Check it out. You'll enjoy it if you like comics. We got Rat City #2. I'm gonna stick on this run. This is kind of why I dropped Spawn and Spawn Gunslinger now. We got so much new stuff that's been coming out, so I'm gonna stick with Rat City throughout the run, unless it ends up going on longer than planned. And Spawn kills every spawn or whatever, something like that. That's coming out. And I think there was one other one that I was gonna stay following. This is done by Erica Schultz and Zay Carlos. J. David Ramos and Eric Schultz did the lettering also. Yeah, our characters, we're just seeing them dealing with kind of health spawn related stuff. Our one character is definitely Spawn. He ends up turning into all his little advancements and stuff, but we got a character in here that's been. Well, we're having a variety of characters. They have this machine that they're using on people, and it brings things out of them. And we got this one character that's just totally getting revamped up, and he doesn't know what's going on. Basically, these people are being recalled to have their upgrades that they had, their mechanical upgrades, their AI upgrades, their cybernetic upgrades, whatever the heck they were. Uh, Everybody is being called in to come in and get their stuff fixed up. Well, we're finding out that what they're doing is causing our characters. I'm basically torturing them, doing experiments on them, adding new things to them, and you're gonna find out why. And I'm assuming we're gonna have some interesting little characters start busting out of the woodwork. They're gonna pop up, and we'll find out more about what's going on with them in the near future. Uh, yeah, we can do. We got Redcoat #2. Like I said, these are still going nice and strong. again, we have our character trying to stay alive, trying to keep things going, uh, while at the same time trying to help people out. But yet, there's always people hunting him down. I mean, he needs to change his clothes. You're a few hundred years out or whatever. It's like time to get a new outfit. But he did learn how to stitch, so he could stitch up all his bullet holes and knife wounds and all that in here. But previously, the year is 1892. After being murdered in a bar brawl, a newly resurrected Simon Pure is dug out of his grave by a 13-year-old Albert Einstein. Before Einstein can explain his intentions, the hooded cult that accidentally gave Simon his immortality in 1776 owns him. And some things happen to him that could affect him quite a bit in the near future. There's a weapon that accidentally does damage to him. Well, not accidentally, but does damage to him during a battle that ends up messing with his immortality. Albert Einstein just keeps dragging his feet behind Redcoat and pushing for things that he's trying to get across, and it's hard for Redcoat to take the kid seriously because he's a kid, but yet we will find out that he has a big part of what's going on. I mean, all our forefathers, scientists, and stuff that we know from the past, artists and all that, I think are just going to start popping out of the woodwork left and right, and we're just going to keep getting new characters from that. That's fine with me. I love this version of Albert Einstein. I love a few of our forefathers that we met so far. Excuse me, I got the burps. Uh, have been a lot of fun in here. We get to see another character towards the end of this issue, which I can't give away, but yeah, you're missing out if you are not on Geiger, Redcoat, Rook, and these are awesome storylines. Something new for once. We have our masked characters. We may have lost a masked character. We are also meeting a new masked character in here. Female that controls wolves. But a struggling farmer from Earth was given a second chance on the planet Exodus, a terraformed world where every aspect of nature is controlled by humanity, including the winged scavengers who plagued his crops. Now called Rook, the farmer became one of the wardens, those who wear helmets capable of commanding an animal species. But when the world's engine failed, the power of the wardens fell into the wrong hands. Those who could afford to fled, those who could afford to fled, forcing those left behind to choose between trying to escape this war-torn world before its destruction or fighting to save it. It's like anybody that can come across the parts of trying to build a ship. Our Rook characters getting his final pieces for his ship ends up coming across a giant snapping turtle when he's out searching for a part. And at the same time, he meets up with the gal who controls the wolves, which he knows from his past. So there is history there. We find out about his pig friend, and we also have the big grizzly character that's chasing after him and trying to basically control everything. But yeah, it's interesting where this is going. Uh, Whether or not they're going to get off this world, I highly doubt it. I think they're better off just trying to fix this world. But we will see what happens in the near future. But I will stick with all those as long as I can. But yeah, this is an awesome stack. Oh yeah, I didn't even realize. Oh yeah, I didn't realize we started with Geiger and ended with Rook. So we're in that family history line. But yeah, I love it. I keep giving it to me. Can't wait for the new runs that'll come out with some characters I don't even know yet and see what happens. But yeah, until then, keep following Under the Color of MS, rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend. Help us get those likes and subscriptions. We need to amp them up. I think I'm going to do a contest here that's going to run until I hit 500 subscribers. I'm going to do a special contest. Every 100 subscribers we hit, I'll add a little something to it, but we'll see what happens. I got a plan for it. I'll be mentioning it in the near future. Other than that, check out Crimson Color Comic Club if you have not, our group podcast, where a group of us sit down and talk comics. Lots of fun. And we will get back to you with more of these soon. All right, take care. Bye.